How's it going, everyone? This is KeiKollections, and a few of you asked for this, and here it is, my entire figure collection that I've collected throughout the years. So a lot of Fate figures, a lot of other action figures, which I will showcase as well. But first thing you'll notice, I don't have one of those IKEA D-top. I've been meaning to buy one for the longest time, but never got around to it yet, or I just keep procrastinating with it. So that's on me, and god damn it, does tend to get dusty relatively quickly, so I usually dust all my figures every month or so. But without a doubt, Shotgun Shogun is shaking his head with absolute disgust right now. So without further ado, let's just break down all the figures I have owned throughout the year. So starting in the back right there, relatively recent, my Lancer Medusa figure by Amakuni. My most expensive figure, because this is the limited edition, and I already did a review for it. Amazing figure, but I mean, it's almost 300 bucks. So I don't know if you have that kind of budget. Is it worth it? Yeah, I like it, but I could buy like a Switch with that kind of money, but that's okay. Moving on, we have a new figure I just recently unboxed, although I haven't posted on YouTube yet. The Nero from Stronger. Stronger has made amazing figures, so definitely collect them. This is the 3rd Ascension, absolutely stunning. And right here is, I think by Aniplex, the special edition Saber 3rd Ascension, or Altria, if you even call her that. And this base does light up, however, I didn't put any batteries in it because I usually don't use the light up feature. So moving back there is Skahak by Quest. Great figure. I kind of like the, I think it was Plum, although Plum has a lot of QC issues, but I like that position or that pose better than this one. But this is a phenomenal figure. I remember they are re-releasing it sometime this year, so if you miss out on getting this figure, why not try to pre-order it early as possible. Now, one of my most favorite figure of all time, Stronger, MASH, 1/7 scale, and oh my god, it's just absolutely amazing. Sculpt work, the detailing on the armor, everything. I mean, one of the best figures you can get ever. So, now we have the two Jeanne sisters. First up, Jeanne d'Arc by Good Smile Company. I don't like how, I mean, on the promo images, they were supposed to, the support stands for the flag were supposed to peg onto the base, but now you can see it's just separate, and that's just annoying in my opinion. Overall, great figure. Love the detail. It's by Good Smile, so you know you're getting high quality figures. And back there is the little sister, or middle sister, if you count Santa Lily. Jean Alter by Aniplex. Great figure, by the way. My figure had some QC issues, more so paints, I guess, scratches. But aside from that, it's a very good figure. Now moving on to the second shelf. This is what I call my Saber face shelf, or as close as possible. I know some argue Jeanne d'Arc is a Saber face, is not a Saber face. I don't know. I count her as a Saber face. But right there, the three Good Smile, Santa Lily, Saber Alter, and regular OG Saber. All three is made from Good Smile Company. Relatively old figures, but these are reruns, but they're very popular, it seems. In the center right here, you have Jeanne d'Arc in her 3rd Ascension, using her Suicidal Noble Phantasm attack. Next, you have Okita, one of my most favorite figure of all time. I mean, I think it's Aquamarine. Yeah, I believe it's Aquamarine. But they make decent figures, but this one is just amazing. I love the position, the battle ready pose, really cool. Right there you have Good Smile, Narrow Bride. And all the way in the back you have, I believe from Fats. There's so many figure companies, I can't remember them all, but Mordred in her armor by Fats. Now there is a lot of QC issues I've read. Her armor pieces will fall off, and there is leaning issues. If you're wondering why there's a coin right there, oh my god, it's so dusty. I just realized those fingerprints, that's disgusting. But if you're wondering why there's a coin there, I had to super glue her onto the base, which is stupid. Because she cannot, basically, the peg system was just horrible. I'll just end it at that. And putting the coin underneath kind of lifts her up a little bit, so it helps a tad bit. Next, you have the Nero from, what is it? Kotobuki, a really good figure. Some people don't like the pose, excuse me. People don't really like the pose. I kind of do. It's a different position, and I always prefer something different. Going down to the 3rd shelf now. I'm still building this, or still putting figures back here. Lots of space. But you have Shuten from Max Factory. Good figure. I love the detail and everything. Not really dynamic pose or anything, but I know Quest, that one's gonna be great. I don't think I'm gonna get it though. Shuten's not really a character I I like her as a character, but it's not a character I would go like spend 200 bucks for. And this is Raiko. There's some QC issues here and there, but aside from that, relatively good figure. Quite expensive though. And we have Astolfo by Aniplex. Amazing figure. Only issues I said on my review was that I wish they had put more shading on the hair. And I'm not really a fan of that smile. I don't know if you guys could see. So, not too much of a fan about that. And then we have Ushi. I forgot which company made this one. Alright, so right next to it, I have some figures. And yes, you shouldn't really put your figures in front of like your AC or anything. It gets really dusty. I'm planning to move these two. But I'm just going to display my prize figures because I don't really care if they get dusty or not. They're relatively cheap, so I don't really care too much if I'm being honest. So I'm going to have to move these two later. But back there is Serenity by Fat or Plum. I can't remember, to be honest. But I don't really like it. I love Serenity as a servant. One of my top waifus, but I mean, the figure itself, I don't recommend it. It's just horrible. Next, we have Ishtar. Now, I keep saying this, whoever freaking designed Ishtar. The figure itself is good, but the design-wise, how she's supposed to float up in the air is absolutely horrendous. So basically, if you didn't know, she's supposed to sit on top of this right here. No, I mean, you're relying on gravity to hold up the figure, and from forums and everything, she fell and pieces broke. So, I mean, again, whoever designed this should be fired in my opinion. Like, seriously, it's horrible. Next, you have a prize figure, Musashi figure. So, pretty good. And a Medusa figure. And honestly, it looks really good. It looks like, from a far distance, it looks like a scale figure. Highly recommend this prize figure. It's absolutely amazing. And back there, you can see some, you know, katanas or like SAO swords I used to collect long ago. And next we have, I guess, another Saber face-ish shelf. So right here, I apologize for the lighting. It's just really bright right now. But Mordred, I don't recommend this figure. It really sucks in my opinion. It's a glorified prize figure. Next is Saber by Kotobukiya, and this is relatively good. I like it a lot. I know I kind of, you know, trash talk Kotobukiya here and there, you know. But I definitely recommend this one, except for the face. The face is a bit awkward. Next, you have MHX. Now, talking about Kotobukiya, I don't recommend this. My swords were warped. I mean, it's okay. But there isn't any other, Third Ascension MHX figure. So if you must have her, I guess go buy it then. And next, we have another Kotobukiya. And I don't really like this one as well. Jean Alter in Shinjuku uniform, or in her Shinjuku outfit. But the face looks absolutely horrible. So, can't really recommend this one. Alright, so I have some free space right here, so I'm going to put a lot more figures in this shelf, but we have Mash from Aniplex. Really good figure, I love it. And I also did unboxing for this, but I never posted the video online yet. But this is Kyohime Lancer. I like it actually. God damn, the weapon, the painting, everything. Honestly, it's a really good figure in my opinion. And next we have even more space, you know, Edmond Dantes and the Fate Zero Saber on her motorcycle. And both are great figures. I'm planning to put maybe Merlin and Proto Arthur because I'm going to keep the Alter figures together. And right down here we have Kingdom Hearts figures. Players Kai. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts. I trash talk the storyline a lot, but at the end of the day, I'm a huge fan. You know, I trash talk Kingdom Hearts 3 a whole lot. But once they announced like Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm like, God damn it, I got a pre-order. Special edition, I'll buy it. So I'm a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts. So great figures if you do collect action figures, especially Players Kai. And here's the shelf dedicated to the great kings of FGL. I wish there's more space because, I mean, Iskander is a great king in my opinion, but there's just not enough space, which kind of sucks. Regardless, my god, one of the best figures you're going to get right now, Lancer Artoria. I mean, it just looks so majestic. Absolutely stunning and amazing. If you can find one for a decent price, absolutely buy it. I know it's relatively expensive right now, but I'd still say it's worth it. But a big surprise is this Gilgamesh figure. Oh my god, that base looks amazing. And the figure itself, one of the best, I mean, there's only a few Gilgamesh figures. No, there's only one. I think currently he's the only Gilgamesh figure, scale figure in the market. At least in his archer form. I know there's one in a Speedo or something, but I don't really count that. I know Alter and another company is making more Gilgamesh figure. Took him long enough, but absolutely buy this. I know this was cheap, but now it's quite expensive, I believe. And next you have Ozymandias, or Ozymandias. Ramses, I'm just gonna call him that. Great figure, by the way. A little bit smaller in scale. I mean, it's towards the smaller end of 1/8 scale, but nonetheless, amazing figure. Him just sitting on the throne. This is by Mega House, and yeah, I definitely recommend this one. Although it's very expensive especially for size. And back there we have Good Smile, Altera, and this is an amazing figure as well, I have to admit. Paintwork, I mean, everything. Sculpting, again, it's Good Smile, so you know you're getting your money's worth. So moving on now, we have Castor Gilgamesh by Orange Rouge. It's a okay figure. I mean, there aren't really any Castor Gilgamesh figures at the moment, but Aniplex will make one kind of similar to Ozzy where he's sitting on his throne. But I'd say wait for that if you really want a Castor Gilgamesh figure, because this one, it's just alright. And next we have Ku by, I actually forgot, was it Max Factor? No, it's Orange Rouge as well. And this is a bit better in terms of quality, but I like it. There's not any other scale statues of Ku. And back there is his best frenemy, Emilia Archer by, I forgot actually, Alter Good Smile is one of those. And back there we have Mega House Diarmuid, 1/8 scale. Amazing figure. It took me a while to get this one because I wasn't a big fan of Fates when this figure was released. So it's been years since this figure was initially out, and it's just so hard to find one in the aftermarket that sells it in the US. Because in Japan, I mean, it's just shipping costs and everything's just a hassle. And back there you have an MHX First Ascension by Alter. Relatively small, she's supposed to be a 1/7. As you can see, she fits into 1/8 scale. And right here is one of the best figure of all time. If you can find one, definitely get it. Iskandar by Mega House. Again, it was a hassle trying to get this one because it was released a long time ago. But recently got it. I got these two actually, Diarmuid and Iskandar together. So really happy about that. Alright, so here are some other figures. And to the left we have, I think it's by Good Smile, the Okita First Ascension or Sakura Saber. Love this figure a lot. And the center right here, Semiramis. My god, this figure cost me an arm and a leg. My first expensive figure I bought. And back there you have Atalanta. Prize figure. It looks great. You know, she fits in scale with 1/8 figures. And next to her is Tamamo. Another decent figure. I'm not really a huge fan of Tamamo. I know, right? Gasp. So unsubscribe. I'm just joking, but it's a decent figure. And finally, here are some prize figures. We have the Iskandar, Diarmuid, and Waver of Fate Zero prize figures by Banpresto. Really great figures, by the way. And then we have, I think this is Banpresto as well, the Lost Belt MASH figure. And behind her is Gawain. So a few more things, not really figure related, but Funko Pops. I used to collect a lot of Funko Pops, but kind of lost interest in it. This is just an old arcade stick. I was huge in fighting games, especially Street Fighter 4, but I stopped. And here is an absolutely stunning NieR figure. To be, it shall never be opened. And here is a Bring Arts Kai Kane from NieR 1, if you played that game. Excellent game in terms of story. Gameplay, not so much, but I love the story. One of my favorites JRPGs in terms of storyline. And although I don't really like the Bring Arts Kai line, it's alright. I may collect the rest of the NieR 1 characters, but we'll see. And here's just a huge stack of boxes. So I do have a Santa Lily figure I need to unbox by Good Smile. Relatively good figure, I mean, as far as I can tell through the box. Although the eyes, it's a bit different than the promo images, so that's something I kind of dislike. And just moving back, I collect Funko Pops, specifically, currently actually, I am collecting the My Hero Academia line. It's not complete because I am missing some of the expensive ones, but yeah, they look good. I like placing them on the side of the wall right there, so it looks really nice. So I believe that's all the Fate figures I've collected. I probably have one or two somewhere in a different shelf or room. But if you want to see the rest of my figure collection, you're welcome to stay. So first and foremost, I was huge in collecting PlayArts Kai, specifically the PlayArts Kai variant. So basically, variant is like an anime, I guess, adaptation of the Marvel or DC characters. So these are really nice. Although I stopped collecting Player's Guide because they had so much QC issues and it's becoming really expensive. Although I may continue specifically for the Final Fantasy VII line. As far as I know, they discontinued the line, but they're bringing it back, I think. It's been so long since I done any research on it, but we have some of the best figures you can buy if you're a huge fan of Final Fantasy. 15, I'm not really a huge fan, Noctis, and I forgot her name. Aranea, I believe. Not the greatest. In terms of story, gameplay was fun though. But Final Fantasy VII, can't wait for the remake to come out next month. Sephiroth, my god. Excellent figure. And I think these are about, to give you comparison, a 1/7 scale in terms of, I guess, scaling or size, if you want to have a rough estimate. And here is the Final Fantasy VII Remake Cloud and the Advent Children Cloud. Both are really great figures, actually. And back there we have Yuffie from Advent Children and Vincent from Dirge of Cerberus. So, great figures, by the way. And we move down, we have some random stuff. And again, these, the Star Wars, Darth Maul and Darth Vader are the variant line, the anime twist to it. And Darth Vader, it's freaking awesome. Not really a huge fan, or I was a fan of Star Wars, never really read the books or delved too much into the lore. But, I mean, I play any video games that come out or recently came out, and I enjoy watching the movies. Back there is RoboCop. I just bought them in a lot because I just wanted the original one because I grew up watching the old movies. Very violent for a kid, but hey. I mean, back then, you could watch these violent movies and no one cares. And then we have Devil May Cry 3, Virgil and Dante. The face looks crappy, but I mean, that's the only Virgil and Dante figures for a decent price I can find. And we have Metal Gear Solid, Raiden, I completely forgot. So, great figure, by the way, except for the sword. I mean, I kind of wish they used some kind of chrome coloring instead of just, you know, dark, plain gray, but it's alright. The armor looks cool. Overall, great figures. So next we have some more random stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh! Right here. I've been meaning to buy a Dark Magician to place him up front here, just so I have the main, I guess, monsters Yu-Gi have, but yeah, pretty cool. I believe both of these are Kotobukiyas, and back there's just a Slifer, the Sky Dragon model kit I got as a kid. And I thought it looked cool, just placing them next to each other. And back there, I forgot, it was from Muramasa. It's a Wii game or something. I never played it. I just really like how the figure looks, so I bought it because it was on sale or something. I can't quite remember. And I was really invested into Tales games. As you can see in the back, Tales of Xillia, I can't, even on this day, I can't pronounce it. But basically we have, I forgot her name, holy, Amelia? Was that her name? Shit, whatever. But Lloyd, my first Tales game ever, Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube, spent so many hours playing it, loved it. And one of my favorites, I know some people don't really like Grace, but I like Asbel Lance. I do like the fighting style, it's kind of similar to Virgil from Devil May Cry. I believe it's like Batojutsu or like Iaido or something. I don't know the proper terminology of the fighting style, but I really like the characters. I was planning to collect all the Tales figures, but nah, I kind of stopped. And we have up there Sinon from SAO. I lost my train of thought for a second. From SAO, the Gungale Online arc. And this is by is it by Kotobukiya? Oh my god, I can't speak right. Kotobukiya, I believe so. And again, as much shit I give them, this one is actually a phenomenal figure. Really amazing. And here we have some Attack on Titan figures. In the middle, we have Mikasa from Good Smile, and the other two, Aaron and Levi, I believe is from Sentinel. Don't really collect any other figures from them, but they look cool. And I'm missing Armin, but can't find one. And here we have some Pokemon. Now, I'm not really huge into Pokemon. I only watched the first 2 generation, and then I just skipped to XYZ because my friends told me that it was really good. So, yeah, I watched it. I like Greninja, and Serena, best Poke Girl ever. And finally, we have the DC Player's Guide variants line, or a majority of them are variants, especially the front, the Justice League members. They're the anime-style variants line. But back there, you have the Arkham Knights figures. I've been meaning to collect all of it, especially like Batman, Robin, etc., but I kind of lost interest in it. And you have the very disappointing movie, Batman vs. Superman, but I love the armor, it looks really cool. and that's just Supergirl, again, part of the Variant anime line. And overall, these are really amazing. I'm happy I collected them all. Took me a while because, I mean, I was still new to collecting, and these figures actually are more so the early figures I've ever collected. So still learning. I was still trying to buy them for recent prices, or decent, not recent, decent prices. Not trying to get gypped off on eBay and stuff. But overall, collected the main Justice League members, and really happy about that. And back there is just Joker, and that's Catwoman. I know you can't tell from the visor, but I think it looks cool. But yeah, that's Catwoman, and looks pretty cool. This isn't really figures related, but I used to collect Gunplas a lot. Built them, painted some of them, and my god, this just brings me... Or I'm just going down memory lane. Now, you shouldn't really put your Gunplas like that. That's not the safest way because they can break, but... Oh shit, I still have double O. Who knew? I thought I sold it, or... Yeah, I thought I sold it, but here's some... I've been collecting Gunplas for, I think, over 2 years, especially when I was in college. Spent so much money, as you can see, it's just a bottomless pit of boxes. I stopped recently, not recently, I stopped like 2 years ago. Because I just lost interest, and just building them took a ton of time, like a whole shit ton of time. I'm just trying to move these stuff and not, you know, break anything. So you can just see, you know, there's boxes upon boxes piled up. And like I said, I just lost interest, but I've considered getting back into it, but we'll see. This is where I place all my boxes. Don't throw them away because they lose value, and it's just a nice and, I guess you could say, protective way to place your figures if you lose, or not lose space, but if you run out of space or you're moving or something. So don't throw these boxes away, and they look really nice. But I shouldn't have to tell you guys that. If you're a figure collector, you know not to throw away these expensive boxes. Well, that's it, everyone. Special thanks to all my patrons, as always, for supporting my channel. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more fake content. I know I've been trying to move away from it a bit, but I'm sure most of you know me through FGO and everything. But comment down below. Let me know, are you planning to get into figure collecting, or have you been collecting for a long time like me? If you have, either or, right? Which lines of figures are you interested in? Is it Fate figures? Is it a different anime? Or is it just like action figures from comic books or video games? Alright everyone, have an awesome day.